Greetings everyone and welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm your host Captain Ryan. Today's YouTube video is going to feature me and my Scharnhorst in a ranked battle. That's right, ranked Season 6 is going on, and I have been dabbling here and there in ranked, and since I get to use a Tier 7 ship, I'm using what is probably one of my favorite Tier 7 ships in the game, and of course, the battleship that I think is absolutely dead sexy. And if you've seen any of my other Scharnhorst games in random battle, you'll know what I'm capable of doing in this ship, with people who are, well, not as objective-oriented as they are in this game mode. As the battle gets underway, pay attention to the chat there, as you can see it's going on. I'd like to do a big shout-out to Kingpin for noticing me in chat. Hello, Kingpin. It was an honor to play with you, and of course, it was an absolutely epic game there at the very end, as all of you will see. And a big shout out to Lerper for subscribing to me after seeing Kingpin give me the shout out. So welcome, I hope you're enjoying all of my videos, and of course, I told you in chat after the battle that because of this epicness, this video would of course be up on my YouTube channel. So as the battle gets underway, my team has decided cohesively that we're all going to go to the A cap point. Why is that important in ranked? Ranked battle differs from the random battle mode. In this battle mode, you've only got 7 ships, and there are only 2 caps unless it's epicenter. And you have to, keep your fleet firepower together. If you split, the enemy team is going to just be able to find one person and really just focus you down. The only time I've ever seen this really work out well is if it's a destroyer that splits. Specifically having one destroyer, like in this situation, maybe disappear off to the other cap point. If the enemy team is headed there, well, he can just provide spotting and continuously harass with torpedoes. If the enemy team isn't there, then he can just move in and cap uncontested and unmolested. Now I'm getting shots out here at the enemy Nagato that's off in the distance. I've already smacked him for about 10,000 damage, so, kind of off to a reasonable start here. Kingpin up there in the Belfast, just barely dodging a group of torpedoes coming in there. Interestingly enough, the entirety of the enemy team, with the exception of one destroyer, has gone to A as well. Their one destroyer, that's the Mahan, and he is heading over to the B cap point. And we're going to actually see him start capping the B cap point soon. My team takes an early points lead because we've capped A, and they weren't able to stop us from doing it. So, enemy ships have popped up, taking shots out at one of these destroyers here, trying to get rid of him. I do manage to hit him, but it's not enough to finish him off. However, he is on fire thanks to Kingpin in the Belfast, and he is burning down. So I get secondaries out there, but it doesn't matter. Kingpin's fire burns him down, and I'm pretty convinced without my overpins there, he probably wouldn't have burned to death. Get torpedoes off at the battleship that I think is going to come around that corner there, but he's actually playing it pretty smart, and he's using that island as effectively solid rock armor. I'm getting my ship turned around. I don't want to be overextended. That's something that I have a little bit of a problem doing in my Scharnhorst. The armor's so good, I tend to get overextended while the rest of my team sits back, and the end result is I take way too much damage early on and just am unable to contribute. So I got myself turned around here. I am detected. The enemy Belfast is popping in and out of detectability off in the distance. Friendly destroyer laying a smoke screen, and I'm really kind of hoping, as I slow down and stop here, that smoke screen will merge up with Kingpin's. Unfortunately, it stops just short, and I am caught out right in between those two smokescreen gaps, so I'm still detected, as well as the fact that Kingpin's smokescreen is about to disappear. So, looking at the situation, I've decided that I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to start motoring on. I pop my repair ability, and the reason I pop my repair ability early like this is because I've taken mostly light damage, and I'm continuing to take light damage. I don't really want to use my damage control to put out fires in this situation, but at the same time, I also want to keep up as much of my overall HP as possible, especially keeping that total HP pool that I have as long as possible, rather than waiting until it becomes a dire situation where I have to repair, especially if I take a citadel or a torpedo hit, where that damage can't be repaired at all. More shots out at that Nagato. Of course, I'm in a bad situation. I've got an island to one side of me, so I can't angle away, and because I'm trying to get behind this other island, I can't angle in either. So I am going to take shots from this Nagato. Now, the Belfast is sitting behind him, and he is firing from concealment, which is actually a really annoying feature for that cruiser, and one of the few things that do make it kind of an OP ship. But he's not able to really hit me, and I finally drop off detectability, so I'm no longer seen. Enemy Scharnhorst pops out from behind that island just for a little bit, and I get shots just barely clear that island, but they're all over pins. Still, though, I do some decent amount of damage. My team has managed to kill 2 of the enemy ships while only losing 1. The enemy team finally has capped the B cap point, but because we've been in such a command of the A cap point, and because we have the ship's lead, we still have a nice points lead. Myself and a friendly destroyer are both heading to B. You might be wondering, why am I breaking away from the fleet and heading to B? I'm partly breaking away and heading to B because of the nature of the ships. All of the enemy big guns and cruisers are effectively focused on the cruisers and the battleships that are still at A, which means they're not pointing their guns at me in this direction, and the advantage of the Scharnhorst is getting those flanking shots. Just as I get shots out at the Nagato that I've been shooting at for most of the game, he gets taken out by the friendly Nagato, and he's actually going to comment in chat that he wishes he had the RNGesus dispersion and hits, because I'm pretty sure he basically just got citadeled from the bow. Not a fun way to go, especially in a ranked game. Oh well, at least he didn't get detonated. That I see a lot in ranked. It always surprises me. Enemy Belfast has popped up. I desperately want my team to shoot that Belfast. If we can get rid of the Belfast, it means our destroyers are in a better position. They don't have to worry about getting spotted by radar. The only thing they've got to worry about is getting spotted, well, by other destroyers. Push up into the B cap point. Now there's 2 of us capping, so we should be able to capture this zone a lot faster, get more points. That means the enemy team's not going to be able to collect those points. And of course, we're tied on ships, but we're still up on points because we have that cap advantage. Incoming torpedoes, I managed to dodge the first set. It looks like a very wide spread at max range. Dodge the second set. Friendly destroyer barely dodges one of those torpedoes, but he does manage to do it, so no damage taken there. And now I'm going to go ahead and keep up the pressure and start pushing this flank, forcing the enemy to divide their attention between 2 completely different zones. And since I still have a lot of hit points, I want to, maybe try and get them to fire at me instead of focusing down the destroyers that are over there. The enemy team still has one of their cruisers, though he is very low health. Well, my team has all 3 of our destroyers. This is very quickly turning into an odd situation where it's now down to battleships versus destroyers, where both teams have 2 destroyers and 1 battleship. The enemy team has the destroyer advantage in the respect that the 2 destroyers that they have remaining have a lot more HP than the destroyers that my team has remaining. Well, technically the destroyer in front of me here has a reasonable amount of HP. I mean, he's full strength. He's not actually doing anything of use. He's not using his guns when that's necessary, and we're going to see more of that kind of behavior. But he's mostly focused on torpedoing things, and he's not really torpedoing very well. Now, the enemy Mahan is up here. He's going to start shooting at me, and this is going to become a problem. Combine that with the other gunboat destroyer that's in the game, that's in that smoke screen up there. I'm going to start taking a lot of fire. Since I'm the only thing that they can see, enemy Gneisenau is going to start shooting at me. So I'm going to take a lot of damage. Now, I'm asking in chat for smoke, because I want to have that concealment so that I can back up or turn around and get myself into a better position. Friendly destroyer decides he's going to pop smoke that's 2 or 3 kilometers away from me. What the hell? Destroyer captains, if a battleship is asking for smoke, especially in ranked, don't pop the smoke screen immediately. Get over here and pop the smoke screen. More Mahan torpedoes coming in, this time a narrow spread, but I'm able to avoid them, so I get that. Thread the needle, though not quite that much as far as torpedo beats goes. Keep getting set on fire, and this is why I wanted the smoke screen. But again, of course, the destroyer lays the smoke screen so far away from me, and well, I'm stopped, which means it's zero use to me. So I'm going to get my ship turned around. I'm going to risk taking those big hits in order to get my ship turned around and effectively at this point just run away. The enemy team is now capping A, and there's not a lot that we can do to prevent that because it's a destroyer that's in that cap. And I don't particularly want to rush up there and deal with it and potentially the second destroyer. But I'm going to keep up the fire while I can onto that Gneisenau. And with any luck, I'll be able to do some reasonable damage. Our friendly destroyer back over there, you can see how low health he is. He is going to get chased down. And there's nothing that I can do to help him at this point because I'm so far away. However, the friendly destroyer up there, who's taken apparently a little bit of damage, could actually do something to assist, mainly help rush in and provide additional firepower. But looking at the situation, still up on points, the best thing that we can do right now is really just stay alive. So that's what the dead teammates in chat are effectively telling us to do. Stay alive, regroup at the B cap point, and defend it. Keep them from capping B cap point as long as possible so we can gain as many points as possible, and then we're good to go. Use another heal, again, because I don't want to use my damage repair ability, because I don't know if there are torpedoes in the water at me, and the last thing I want to do is put out the fire just in time to get hit by torpedoes that will cause flooding and flood me to death. That would be a terrible, terrible thing. So I'm going to go ahead and continue effectively running away. Just to ensure that there are not torpedoes chasing me, I get my scout fighter up there to see what's around me. I'm being perma-spotted by that enemy Mahan, and it's annoying me like nobody's business. Since the Gneisenau is the only thing that's in range that I know I can reliably hit at this range, I'm going to get shots out at hit, and since I'm already detected anyway, I might as well shoot at him. Friendly destroyer over there, he's getting chased down, and it's not going to end well for him. Unfortunately, he does get taken out, and that is just a crushing situation because we're almost at 900 points. We're well above the points that the enemy has. And again, all we had to do to win this was not die. That destroyer, though, he does make the comment that he really didn't have much choice there. The enemy destroyer had activated his speed boost, so he was going to catch him anyway. Since he was already detected, he might as well open up and do as much damage as he can before he finally meets the inevitable end. Now, I'm going to get turned around back here. Friendly destroyer is sitting in the beat cap point. This is going to prevent any potential destroyers on the enemy team from getting in there undetected, as well as hopefully delay the ability for them to cap. There's the enemy Mahan. I go ahead and I fire shots off. He's 11 kilometers out. It's a little long, but I think I should be able to hit him. Can I do it? Yes. 4 overpins, about 3,000 damage done. That's excellent. Anytime you can do any little amount of damage to a destroyer from long range, that stacks up, because by the time they get close enough to really be a major threat to you, well, they don't have a lot of health left, and you can let your secondary batteries do the damage if you have to. But of course, you can also use your main guns and finish them off quicker. Enemy Knights now pushing up around that island. There are both of the destroyers pushing up. Friendly destroyer, he fires off torpedoes, but he's just stopped. He's sitting there doing nothing, and he's not using his guns. I don't even know what the hell this destroyer is doing. It's annoying. He's not being useful. And his torpedoes completely miss. As this Mahan disappears behind this island, I manage to get more shots out, and I hit him. I do a big amount of damage. He's very low health. Enemy destroyer sitting in the B cap point with our friendly destroyer dead. That's it. They're now capping, and we were so close. This is terrible. And I'm all by myself, standing alone against two destroyers and a battleship that has torpedoes. And I'm detected, and there's nothing I can do about it. I turn hard to avoid potential torpedoes coming in there because I know they're going to be coming in there. I have no more heals left. Use my damage repair ability because I've got 2 fires and not a lot of health left. Ooh, this is coming down to it. But you know what they say, for glory or a glorious death. In a situation like this, the only thing you can really do is just go for it, because that's it. If you don't go for it, you're going to lose anyway. You're probably going to lose a star. So, shots out, kill the enemy destroyer in the cap with torpedoes, kill the Mahan with main battery, double strike, and that shifts the points balance in our favor and gives us our cap back. Slam on the brakes. I've only got 3,000 HP left. I'm on fire. 999 points. Can we do it? Come on. Yes! Victory by the narrowest, slimmest of margins. Double strike, fireproof dreadnought. Only 71,000 damage done, and those are the only 2 kills that I got. But that turnaround and that double strike is what absolutely saved us. Needed to kill both of them to win it, and I did it. Top of the team for XP earned, though. Kingpin, number 2 on the team. Overall, a very good battle, and very well played. Anyway, that's it for today's video, folks. If you like the video, hit that like button. Hit the subscribe button. Leave a comment down below. If you'd like to get semi-regular channel news and updates, you can do so by liking and following my Facebook page. If you've got a replay like this one you'd like to see on my YouTube channel, you can send it to my email. If you'd like to get access to these replays and screenshots first, you can become my supporter on Patreon. Any donation level gets you access to these replays, so you can download them and watch them, albeit without commentary, and see the epic games that I have, as well as games that don't make it to YouTube. And if you'd like to watch me play World of Warships live, you can do so by following my Twitch channel. You can find the links for all of those down in the video description below. Just hit that Show More Detail button. And as always, I'll see you next time. This is Captain Rye, signing off.